Hi everyone, Pat Dannenberg here with the Boy Scouts of America and Nevada Area Council. Just wanted to reach out to you and talk to you for a few minutes on placing your popcorn order, dealing with prize order, and making sure that you also understand that there's a nut order available also on our council webpage. So let's head over to that page, make sure that you get a good shot and are able to see these things and take the time to share this with you. I logged in. You have to make sure that you go to scouting.trails-in.com. So make sure you're not going to the other web page. You got to go to the administration site for you to be able to place your order, deal with prizes, everything else. So make sure you go to scouting.trails-in.com. So, all right. So when you first log in on this page, you'll see you still at the landing page for training with the Trails In University. You'll notice right here at the top is order prizes. We'll show you that here in just a little bit, but that's where you go and you click on that to be able to order your prizes. So also, what's really important is that if you're going to take the time and you're going to put in and figure out how to deal with your scouts and making sure that you can put in orders for them and that each scout has the ability to be tracked on how much they sold and so forth. If you're not doing that in a spreadsheet and you want to do that through this website, it's really easy. I'll show you that here in just a second. But if each of your kids in your pack, when you first kicked off this fall, sat down and created your own account, and you sat down at a pack meeting or a troop meeting and said, guys, go to trails-in.com and log in or create an account, they will, each of those kids, if they affiliated with your scout unit the right way, they will show up in this list. So if you click scouts right here, they'll show up in this list here, okay? Now, what happens is every kid that's in this list then populates the scout tracking. And this is where you track how much they sold. So in the very first column right here, you'll see the scout name. Then in the second column, it says SNS, show in sell, okay? First order. So in that, for every kid, if you have a spreadsheet tracking your show and sell, then you take the total dollar amount for each kid and you plop it down right in this, all right? Now that total dollar amount that you're putting into this, you're going to be able to track if you want to put, and that's just your popcorn money. So if a kid sold nuts, you're not putting the nut money in there. You're just putting his total popcorn money in there, okay? And then you'll notice the next column over, it says final order paper. So every physical popcorn order sheet that you've got that has stuff handwritten on it, it's going to go into this right here. So for this scout right here, I'm going to click on enter order. It's going to take me to a page where it's going to show all the products available to order. And I'm going to sit down and put in each total amount. Now on this kid, he didn't order. I know he's not participating in the pack right now. I could have gone ahead and taken him out of the system. But if he was, and let's say he sold 5 militaries, then I could put in 5 right here where it says container, and then I would hit save. And then what happens is it'll populate, and instead of saying enter order in this box right here, going back to the other screen, it actually will say a total dollar amount for that kid. Now, if you started your fall off where you sat down in a meeting and said, parents, bring out your phones, and everybody creates the account or logs in and creates the account through the app on their phone, then if they placed an order through the app on the phone, it would show up in this column right here and the fourth column over, okay? I do have a couple of kids in our pack that sold some through the app. I know I got a $50, $25, some $10. I've got a $90 in there. So I did have some kids use the app. So we showed a few of our kids how to do it and really enjoyed it. Really liked having them be able to do that as an option instead. That app shows up great on a tablet too. Now, the final column over here, the fifth column over, is the online total. Any kid that sold something online is going to show up in this column. Now you take all 4 of these columns, add them together, and it will populate the total column for that scout. and then goes all the way down on the bottom, and it will tell you a grand total amount on what's being sold and so forth. Now, what's important is that if you want the system to help you know how much you've ordered or need to order, then you need to pay attention to this paper column, and you need to enter each scout, or you need to be able to sit down and take one scout and just enter your entire unit's order through that one scout. What's important for you to do is at least enter one for a scout, okay? And the reason for that is because you're going to get each of the product amounts put in, and you'll notice this app column. If you use the app column, then you're going to need to be able to sit down and run a total on that. Now, you have two different ways to sit down and place your order. You can either hit order popcorn right here at the top big button, or you can click popcorn orders. Before I jump over to that though, I'm going to hit the app orders, okay? Here is all of the orders that we placed through the apps, and it will tell you payment type, cash or check, and then it will also tell you, in our case, we did link it up to our bank account, and so we received credit card payment for some of this, and you can see there's credit card fees in here, and we did suffer a little, but look at that. You know, it's $30, and I lost 96 cents on that, okay? So I lost $2.28 on a $90 order. But that's money I wouldn't have had if I didn't have the credit card, right? So you'll also notice on here this fulfillment status, undelivered and delivered. I can click on these and change the delivery status. So if I took product out of my show and sale and gave it to one of these kids, I could mark it as delivered. So if I clicked on one of the undelivered, it would then change it over. I don't want to do that. But anyways, on this list, I have one kid. He actually did deliver the product, so I don't have to worry about that. And it will take out and not include this one that's delivered in my grand total order. So I don't have to worry about that one at all, okay? I just need to make sure that I collect this cash or check from that one scout, okay? Now, looking over at popcorn orders, if I click on that, you'll see that I already have created a a final take order, but I haven't finished it yet. So we'll click into this, but you'll see here's my show and sell order too. All right, so I'm going to click into this final order, and it's going to pull up the screen where it's going to have all the different products. Now you'll see from the tally page on the other page, it says total need. And in this total need column, it's making the suggestion based on all the scouts being added up, based on anything I put in from app orders where kids did that, anything that was put in, it's going to tally up by each product what I need to order. And it's going to make that recommendation in the total need column. Okay, now it's going to say selling units per case. All right, and it's going to make that tell me that total number. So if I wanted to order by case, I can. All right, but you can order in this take order by container. Okay, now you'll notice in here that on this you have this order adjustment column. This column here, you can put minus signs in before a number, and that will actually decrease the number that you're ordering. Where you want to pay attention is this final right-hand column where it says final unit order. In this column right here, this is what you're ordering. So whatever number shows up right here, that is what you're going to get. All right. So if I want to change and I want to say, I don't need any military donations for $50, I'm going to put in a negative sign, and I'm going to put in a 1. Watch what it does. See, there's a 1 right there. When I click out of it, boom, that case just disappeared right there, and it went to a 0 because I made this a -1. And the total need was 1. So instead of having a total need of 1 and it just carrying on over, I said, I don't want it. I changed it. Now, that's not the case. I am going to need it, so I'm going to put that back to 0, okay? All right, so just to help you understand one more time, just to reiterate, the final unit order is so critical that you use that and being able to place your order, okay? that's where you're going to make your order. Let me take you back over to this home page real quick. I'm going to show you what is needed for putting in the prize order. The prize order is really stinking easy. You click on prize order, it takes you over. You have to know your district, you have to know your unit type, and you have to put in your unit number. And then you have to put in your total sales, all right? Well, if you aren't sure what your total sales are, you come back over to the Trails In program, you hit your popcorn orders, you go into your order, and here's your total retail for that order, and you can actually come and get it from both of those and get it that way. You can also come over to the reporting and start to look at your total amount there by doing a couple of the different unit invoices, and you can do Scout. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff. You can go to the Scout Tracker. But anyways, so you take your total dollar amount and you have to drop it back in, and you put your total resales in, and you tell them how many kids you had selling, okay? So very simple program. Then you turn around and take the tally of all the prizes that you got and you put it in, okay? Very simple system, very easy to use. Make sure that you pay attention to this whole setup in here. You'll notice that we have credit card registration. I don't know why, but sometimes that shows up, sometimes it doesn't. But we did use that as a pack, and it did help. We got, what, 3 orders through it, okay? Now, I don't need to tell you anything more about this popcorn system right here, but if you are ordering nuts, make sure you go back over to nevadabsa.org. By coming to this page, you highlight over the fundraising, you click on popcorn. It'll take you to this page here, and when you scroll down where it says place order, come right here where it says nuts for scouting. Take order October 23rd, click here. When you click on this, it's going to take you over to this little quick form, okay? You fill this out, you tell us how much you need in popcorn in nuts, and we'll get this, and just click continue, and we'll get this placed for you, okay? So if you have any other questions, if you have any other needs, please reach out to us at an email address for you is popcorn@nevadabsa.org. Hope you're having a great time. Go scouting, and thanks for all you do.